It is official. Fall is here. It feels like we were just sea-dooing on South Lake Union, me and my neighbor John, and oh, wait a minute, oh my gosh, it was like 80 something degrees. We were cruising around, going through the cut at UW. Now the leaves are falling. It's gonna be beautiful. I love the fall, but I need, that's right, my Cedar Crest Red Wolves beanie. If you want one of these beanies, you want one of these sweatshirts, go pick yours up at the next Cedar Crest football game. Sports are in full swing in the fall. Get out and support your local Red Wolves program. Mortgage and real estate. We're going to touch on this a little bit later, but what a freaking interesting time we are in. You're a buyer, you're a seller, you're like frozen, you don't know what to do. I'm going to cover the 9 tactics that you're going to want to know to be able to get prepped for this upcoming real estate season. And let me ask you a question. Do you like awesome things? I just got off the phone with Carrie. Their family owns Muddy Boots down around the corner from the DUVALL Tavern off the Snoqualmie River. And Muddy Boots got some amazing things happening starting right now, and you're not going to want to miss this. So if you live in Seattle, if you live anywhere in the state, anywhere in the Northwest, this is worth your time. Get out here, get down to DUVALL, and go check out Muddy Boots. Stick around for a little bit later in the show. We'll cover all the details. Hey friends of DUVALL, Buddy Buck here, back with another episode of DUVALL TV. All right, Buddy Buck here with eXp Realty, and really just want to do this once a month, this DUVALL TV show, just to encapsulate like everything that DUVALL has to offer, all the cool things, promote local businesses, restaurants, whatever the case may be. And right off the top, let's just jump right into it. I had the opportunity to interview Chief Michael DeBach with the DUVALL Police Department. What an incredible guy. You can see that video. It's on our channel as well, on the DUVALL TV channel. So go check out some of those shorts. And if you want the full-length interview, you can get that on the channel as well. Teaser alert, I had the opportunity to meet the acting fire chief, Wendy Moffitt of the DUVALL Fire Department. So I'm going to be doing a one-on-one interview coming soon, so stick around for that on the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification so you are sure not to miss that interview when it comes out. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Christian Shuey, who was one of the catchers at the University of Washington when I played there. Go Dogs. He took his team to the Little League World Series. They made a really killer run. You can actually just take a look here of him and his son Brooks, who is one of the players on the team. Again, shout out to all the kids. The whole team was awesome. Como News did a big feature on them. I just wanted to pop in, give my love, give my support. So congrats to all the kids and the deep run that you guys made in the Little League World Series. So let's go. All right, moving on. If you are not part of the Chamber of Commerce here in DUVALL and you have a business, what the heck are you doing? Join the chamber. It is awesome. I joined just in the last 12 months, and it has been an incredible networking opportunity. Like, if you're a business owner, just listen to me real quick. Your job or your, plan is to grow your business. This is where everybody's at. This is where the business party is at. So join the chamber. I know my friend Carl Hurt with JCECS just recently joined the chamber, and I am very excited. So we've got the new visitors guide that's going to be coming out here at the beginning of the year. One of the events that we have coming up, I want to promote this right now, is the Light Up DUVALL. So if you want to volunteer for the Light Up DUVALL, where we go put all the lights up, thanks to Matt and Ace Hardware and that whole crew for kind of organizing this. And then also for the chamber, we have the Halloween Kids Party. This is going to be on October 31st from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Depot building, and then trick or treat in downtown DUVALL. All the details right here on the website. Go check it out. All right, I mentioned the fall sports. So starting on September 1st, we had our first boys varsity football game, but you got girls varsity soccer, boys football again, JV soccer, lots of events going on here at Cedar Crest. So go support your local team. I know a lot of our neighbors have kids on these teams and whatnot. So again, a lot of cool things happening here in DUVALL. All right, so football. I mentioned this, the sweatshirt. I picked this up at the first home football game that was September 15th against Cedar Park. And guess what? We smacked them. It was 40-7. So congrats to Coach Fiala and his staff. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. You can see the picture here of my neighbors, John and Paulette. They just moved in here in the last 6 months. Love these guys. They're awesome. We've done a lot of fun stuff already with our new neighbors. So we were out there. I'm just looking at the picture of John, man, he cracks me up. We went out and supported the band, had an awesome performance at halftime along with the cheerleaders. Dude, our energy, our fans were rocking. The stands were packed. And again, just what a cool vibe. Next up, I want to give a little shout to the Valley 104.9. So thanks to the crew, the board members for inviting me just to be a part of their community. So you can go check out their website. It's valley104.9.org. So you can support them, you can donate. All right, one of our favorites, Riverview Education Foundation. So you can go to refweb.org and you can simply check out all their events. There is the Ref Fest coming up September 30th, right around the corner. So here's the promo for this. You can actually just click on Ref Fest. You can go buy your tickets. This is going to be from 6:30 to 9 at the Novelty Hill Farm. So only $35 per person or $60 for a couple. So you can go get all the details, unwind, date night, gather a group of friends. We like to do stuff with little small groups, always a fun time. But you got live music, there's gonna be a chili cook-off. You can just scroll down here, click on buy your tickets. Very, very simple to be able to do this. Click 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, buy as many as you want. There's gonna be a raffle as well if you wanna participate in part of that. So thanks to Amy Jacobson and Cappy for just always keeping me looped in on all the great things you're doing with the Riverview Education Foundation. P.S. Amy's my neighbor. They're awesome. Her and Jeff, total rock stars. All right, I told you I was going to talk about it in the beginning, and here we are. We are talking about Muddy Boots. MuddyBootsPumpkins.com. So you can go right onto their website, and if you scroll down, you'll be able to see obviously some photos and whatnot, but there are some special events coming up, and I'm going to tell you right off the top, the one that I'm most excited about, apple cannons, apple slingshots. So 5 for $5. You get to shoot apples and slingshot apples. Like, come on, like you're a big kid. This is a dream come true, right? On October 7th, I do want to point out they have what's called First Responders Day. For all first responders, there's free entry to the corn maze and their families. Also coming up in the new Muddy Boots program, fire pits. Excuse me. Got a little smoke in my lungs from the fire pit, I guess. So this is $100 for 2 hours. So sitting around a fire, hanging out with friends. Now, if you are going to do this in a smaller group or a bigger group, definitely call ahead, get a reservation. Carrie said those will be selling out. They will be filling up throughout the whole next, coming months. So, team building, you want to do stuff with workers, all that stuff, totally cool. They have a night maze. That's going to be rad as well. But again, lots of photo opportunities as well. It's just right around the corner from the DUVALL Tavern, right there on the river. What a cool spot. We were down there for the sunflower maze with Jared and Kayla and baby P. And then we got John and Paulette, my wife Eve and I. We got a bucket, filled up the bucket with sunflowers, and just had an awesome time. So we're excited to go back for the pumpkin program. So normally when we do the restaurant of the month, we have an actual restaurant, but this one's a little bit different because we're going right back to Muddy Boots because guess what they have? That's right, sweet corn. $5, sweet corn, butter, salt. That's the way I like it. And I could literally eat corn every day. So the restaurant of the month is Muddy Boots Sweet Corn. So there you go. Go get you some sweet corn. It's going to be fantastic. Now for the business spotlight of the month, I just want to do a really quick, we're going to do a deeper dive on this coming soon. I had the opportunity to meet Megan Crawford. She's also in our Chamber of Commerce. Again, reason number 912 to join the Chamber of Commerce. So Megan and I got to talking after one of the meetings in the last couple months. I'm going to do a featured spotlight video on Acres of Diamonds. And so you can see their website here, acresofdiamonds.org. And again, what an awesome company. They actually just spoke at the city council meeting a couple of nights ago. They have about 30 staff members right now, and it is an amazing nonprofit, guys. So go check it out, support, donate. You're gonna see a future video again in more detail about really who they are, but their website does a beautiful job of that anyway. So again, thanks Megan for being awesome. All right, now let's start to bring this thing in for a landing. We're gonna wrap up the show with a little bit of mortgage and real estate. Here's what's awesome. Every month, we are gonna feature a special mortgage person. Mortgage company, mortgage loan officer, whatever the case may be. Sometimes we might do them twice. In this case, that's what we're gonna do. So the spotlight of the month is gonna go to Donovan Duvier of Movement Mortgage in Bellevue. Now here you go, you're gonna be able to take a look at Donovan's page on Movement's website. Donovan is officially the regional sales director for Movement Mortgage. This is like the mortgage company up on the rise, #1 in Washington. They're just solid, okay? I did a cross sale, which means I was the listing agent working with the buying side, and they were using Movement Mortgage. So we had a really awesome cross sale. Movement was super professional, right on the ball. I got handwritten letters. Like, they're just super classy and they get it done. So Donovan is my fraternity brother. So we went to UW together. We were Lambda Chi's. Again, you know, Coug fans, we still love you. I got half of my family's Cougs. For those out of town, Washington State Cougars, that's the Cougs. And we've just stayed very, very close friends after all these years. He's always given me tips and inviting me to events and all these cool things, because mortgage and realtors, like, we have this special relationship, right? We're partners in this business to help you if you're the client. And if you have any questions about anything mortgage, reach out to Donovan. All of his contact information is here. Something to note, just again, bigger picture of the mortgage industry right now. I got this stat from Donovan over at Movement Mortgage. He said that at the high point, there was 181,000 loan officers last year, okay, around the country. And in the last quarter, they were down to 90,000. So the entire mortgage industry basically got cut in half. Based on what's going on with interest rates. You know, we're right around 7.25% right now. The demand for mortgages plummeted to the all-time low since April of 1995. So again, mortgages are down. You know, loan officers been cut in half. Everyone's like, oh my God, what's going on? Listen, the world isn't crumbling, okay? Just know this. This is not when everything just totally went, you know, 33% was the market crash back in 2008. We've only had about a 10% dip in real estate. So it's, again, because the supply is still so low, the demand is still very, very high, okay? So even with rates the way they are, it's fine, right? 7.25, because if you are educated, or you know somebody that's educated around being creative in this space, there are so many different ways that you can actually get into a home, besides what many of you guys think is just, there is one way to do it. It's like, go to my bank, go to my credit union, be like robotic and there's one rate. No, there are so many different creative ways to do it, and I'm gonna show you a couple right here. So there's an article by NerdWallet, and I just wanted to highlight a couple of these. This was the 9 tactics for home buyers grappling with high interest rates, and I'm just gonna highlight a few of these. And I'm just gonna run through them all, but I'll just kind of pause on a few. So ask the seller to reduce the mortgage rate. Use part of your down payment to pay down your debt. Keep your costs down, like your total monthly outgo. Number 3, use homebuyer assistance programs. There's a ton of homebuyer assistance programs that are out there. You just got to look for them, or reach out to someone that knows, right? Ask the seller to finance the purchase. I want to pause on this one. So sellers might be flexible in this time to be able to say, hey, I can carry this loan. Let's do seller financing. So you can basically negotiate, if you have a good buyer's agent, a good realtor that knows what they're doing, that doesn't just think one way. You got to just think outside the box, especially right now in 2023. So you can do what's called seller financing. If this works for the seller and for the buyer, you can create your own interest rate. It has nothing to do with the bank, because essentially the seller is the bank. So again, if you have more questions about seller financing or that option, if you're a seller or a buyer, hit me up, send me a private message. You got all my contact information on my channel. Number 5, don't wait for a rate you like better. We've talked about this month after month, okay? Just go get the home you want. Worry about refinancing later. Number 6, don't even worry about that. Buy a house that needs work. Number 8, build a house or buy a brand new one. Okay. Number 9, rent out part of the house. This is also known, if you've heard the term, house hacking. Okay, and you're like, oh, what's house hacking? This is house hacking. You buy a home, rent out some of the rooms. It's like a great way for a starter person, so a brand new person jumping into the market for the first time, to be able to even afford a house in this weird, crazy economy we live in, especially in King County, right? So again, be creative or work with someone that's super creative and can think outside of the box. I want to give a special shout to my guy, Mr. Jacob Weaver. He's also at eXp Realty and on Team Ren. Jacob's one of the most creative brokers that I know. Now for some of the numbers. I want to do this just a tiny bit different this time, okay? So what I want to do is kind of show you my process kind of behind the scenes instead of showing you all the, flashy, fancy like marketing and all the little cool graphics and whatnot, which of course we're going to do that too. But I wanted to show you like the nuts and bolts of how I track everything so you can see like this is what I'm focused on day after day, week after week, month after month. So this is a Google sheet that I created from scratch. Yes, I'm a nerd at times. I can be super nerdy. So what we're looking at here is I do this every single month. I plug in the numbers and you've seen some of these numbers if you've been watching DUVALL TV. Let's go ahead and just look at August, right? So August 2023. So last month in DUVALL, these are for single family residences only. So there was 20 new listings, okay? Now, total listings, there was 46. So you can see the change right here. So if we're looking at this percent change from last year, August to this year, August. So not too different, a little bit down, right? A little bit less listings. We're looking at pendings, those are similar. The one I like to focus on a lot is months of inventory. So we can see all the way from January all the way down, it started at 3, went down to 1, 1.2, sub 1, 2.5 almost, right? So we're sitting about 2.3. So a super normal, right? Normal market is right around 4 to 6 months of inventory. So we're at 2.3. That is still very, very low, everybody. Listen, the market is fine. The market is actually very healthy for a seller specifically, because if there's less stuff to buy and there's buyers out there, there's still going to be a demand for it. And so even if we look at last year, the months of inventory was 3.59. So when we're talking about like a market crash or anything like that, 7, 8, 9 months of inventory, that's when it's like nothing selling. Oh my God, there's so many listings and the market won't move. That is not where we are. And this is the number that you need to focus on, 2.3. Here's another one. If you are selling your home right now, so any single family home in DUVALL, the average days on market was about 25. So if you are priced too high out of the gate, this number is going to be even higher, okay? So work with someone that knows what they're doing, that knows the market, and can put you right at a nice targeted fair price. You're still going to be sitting on average about 25 days on the market. A few sales here and there can really skew everything, so don't just get stuck on that. But again, if you're an agent in DUVALL, and you should be educating your sellers on these numbers, because can your home go pending in 5 days? Abso-freaking-lutely. But again, under-promising and over-delivering is usually a better way to go, because these are the real numbers from the real sales from last month. Now, if we just kind of dip down into King County really quickly, numbers stay relatively similar. If we're looking at, so there's about 1,974 new listings last month, compared to 2,300 the year before. So it's again down about 16% year over year. Not huge. Like again, when the market crashed, it was well over 30%, 35%. If we're looking over the months of inventory in all of King County for single family residents is still at 1.45. It is still very, very low. So King County, Seattle, Bellevue, the East Side, all of these cities, the market is still very, very strong. Rates are high, things get weird, but that's when thinking out of the box, being creative with the mortgage, with the financing, potentially seller financing, a wrap loan, some of these terms, this is where a super educated broker and mortgage loan officer can be your absolute best friend in times like this. All right, guys, so there you go. If you ever have a question, a comment, you have a business or something cool, just anything that's on your mind, of course you can drop it in the comments below, or if you don't want to put it in the public, you can just send an email to goodnews@buddybuck.com. And I'll make sure to respond to each and every one of you. The best way that you can support the channel is to click the like button, click subscribe, and if you want a sticker, drop the word sticker down in the comments below. We got round stickers and die cut stickers. So thanks for tuning in, guys, to another episode and being the absolute best part of this community where tractors meet technology. DUVALL, Washington, small town, real life. Buddy Buck. Peace.